Today I'm going to show you guys all of the makeup that I completely used up in the year of 2022. So a full year worth of just makeup empties. No skincare, no hair care, that'll be a separate video, just makeup empties. Before we get into the video, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Alrighty, everything in here is a full year's worth of makeup empties. So let's go ahead and I'm going to sort this by category first. Let's start from this makeup application, I guess. I do actually want to give a quick disclosure, I guess. Some of these products you have seen in a video before, which was like the makeup that I used up. So I did a video probably about halfway last year, because I'm filming this on the 31st of December, but you'll see it after that. So last year. I filmed a video halfway through last year where it was like makeup I wanted to use up. And so I did a follow-up to that video, which was like the makeup that I used up. So you kind of have seen some of these before, but I wanted to do like a whole recap. I'd been saving products that I had used for the entire year. So this was like a whole 2022 products that were used up in 2022. So primers, we have a full of the Tarte Smoothing Pore Primer, completely done. And a full of the Chanel Le Beige's Water Fresh Tint. I have already repurchased the Tarte Pore Smoothing Primer. Love it. It was in even my best of 2022 video, and this was actually my best primer of 2022 as well. I'm going to repurchase this. I also have the Rose Inc tinted serum, which is very similar to this, so I'm just using that one up first, and then I'm going to repurchase this one and not the Rose Inc because this one is my favorite. It is the best primer. It's so cooling and refreshing. I absolutely love it. And the Tarte Pore Smoothing Primer, by the way, is one of the best is the best pore smoothing primer I've tried. For foundations, I actually thought I'd used more than this. I've actually got a couple that are on the brink of being used up, but you guys actually have seen these if you watched the recap of the makeup I used up. So this is, and I know some of them don't look completely empty, it's just that I either couldn't get the cap off or couldn't be bothered getting the cap off, but nothing is pumping out. So Rephr Authentic Skin Foundation. I love this foundation and I cannot find it anywhere in my shade. I think they've discontinued it and nowhere seems to have my shade. Otherwise I'd buy one or two because honestly, one of the best foundations ever. I love it. I'm sad they've discontinued it. I would rebuy it. True Match. I've already repurchased another one of these. I really like this foundation. It's a lovely everyday natural foundation and I've already got another one. The Tarte Hydroflex Serum Foundation. It's actually really lovely. I don't necessarily think about it in my collection or miss it. I liked it when I used it, and every time I use it I was like, oh, I really like this, but I don't miss it, so I'm not going to repurchase it, but it is good. And the All Hours YSL, I do really like this foundation. I might repurchase I know they've reformulated this. I might repurchase the new one eventually, maybe when I've gone through a few more foundations in my collection, but for right now I'm okay. But it is a good foundation. There's a couple of concealers in here that aren't completely empty, but there's two that are not really empty, but they expired, and that is this one, the Rimmel Kind and Free. I don't like it, useless, didn't do anything. And the Kosas. This one expired incredibly quickly, which, as I've kind of learned more about formulations, the clean beauty brands, and something to just be mindful of, not bad in any way, shape or form, but because they don't have preservatives or anything in their formulas, they are going to expire a lot quicker. So if you've got a lot of clean beauty brands in your collection, I'd be using up them up first. Just my personal opinion, take it with a grain of salt. But this expired way too quickly. I just didn't get a chance to use it, but it's just a little bit too light coverage for me. It is a lovely concealer, it's just a little bit too light coverage for me. So right now I'm not going to repurchase it. If I didn't have such dark circles and pigmentation and stuff on my under eyes, I would have repurchased this, but it's just not for me. The Instant Age Rewind Eraser from Maybelline, completely used up, lovely concealer. A friend actually sent me a new one of these completely full, so I do have another one already in my collection, and I really like this. It's a lovely lightweight concealer. Yes, I have 4 Pat McGrath Labs concealers that I've used up. There's 2 that are actually completely used up in here, and then there's 2 that are on the verge of being, like, they've got maybe 2 or 3 uses left in them, but they've actually gone off. They smell like paint thinner. But they literally, like, as you can see, they literally had like maybe 1 or 2 uses left in them. Like, it was barely anything at all. So I have 2 L4s, which are these 2, and then 2 L2s because I mix them together. Great concealer. The expiry is 6 months on these, and it holds. You can maybe get 8 months out of these, but it really holds to that 6-month expiry from my experience. I don't think I'm going to repurchase these just yet, because while I do think that this is a good concealer, it's not my holy grail. I really do much prefer the Huda Beauty concealer and the KD concealer at the moment, so I'm actually not going to repurchase these, and I'm just going to wait and see if I miss them, which I know is a little controversial because I do love Pat. I didn't actually realize I used this concealer up in this year, because I just repurchased this because I missed it, and I thought I'd used this up years ago, but that's how long this year has felt. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade 21. And I like this so much that the other week I repurchased it. So I did use this up at the start of the year, I'm pretty sure. So I haven't had it all year, and I saw it on sale and I was like, I love that concealer. I'm grabbing it, and I've got it back in my collection, and I feel the same way. I really like this concealer. It is so lightweight and lovely. It's not full coverage enough for me, but I've got, you know, other ways that I can make this work in terms of coverage, but the finish on this is so lovely, it's worth it. And then this brand has gone out of business seemingly, or is reformulating or something, I'm not quite sure. Marc Jacobs Beauty, so you can't get this again. But look, I even dug in there. I used to use this for my brows and stuff. So I actually quite liked this Remarkable concealer. It's actually the second one that I went through completely. So there you go. I actually would have repurchased this if the brand was still around. Powders, let's use this one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. Yeah, I could scrape around, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna see if I can pop this out, because I've just noticed they didn't at the time when I put this in my empties have refills of this powder, but I think she does now. So if I can pop this out easily, I'll just get a refill and reuse this, because I do actually like this powder. It's not too bad. But yeah, so I might repurchase it, but I'm not gonna be in a rush to repurchase it. It's not my holy grail. In fact, actually, as I'm saying this, I like to have it for comparison's sake, because you guys seem to really like it, but I might just sit on this for a minute. I might refill it, I might not. This one is my holy grail. This is the Kosas Breezy powder. I love this. I've already got it back up. It's already halfway done, so there'll be another empty of that soon. This one was my 2nd or 3rd that I'd gone through. I've slowed up on using it this year just because I've brought a heap of new powders into my collection, but last year, 2021, I went through like 2 and then went through 1 this year. So yeah, I'm already halfway through my next one. Sorry, that was really loud. And then this is the Pat McGrath Labs Under Eye Blurring Powder in the shade Light. This is my 2nd one of these that I'd completely used up as well. I haven't repurchased it. I actually used this up at the start of the year. I much prefer the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder on my under eyes, and even a little bit like the Westman Atelier and the NARS, so I'm actually not going to repurchase that. I know, it is good. If you have super oily under eyes, I recommend this one. 3 complexion products that I used up. This one, I'm gonna say I haven't completely used this up. I've done it a good solid crack, and for a blush, I think it's a really good effort, but it's just off. It's really old. This is the Patrick Ta She's That Girl blush. Obviously the powder I've honestly hardly made a dint in, but the cream, I really gave it a good crack, which I personally am impressed with myself personally for a blush. But it is off. It is 2 or 3 years old, 2 or 2.5 years old or something like that now, and it's done for. It's gross, it's yuck, and it's gotta go. But I kind of count that almost as an empty. This one though is definitely an empty. Dunskies. I love this. I wouldn't be surprised if I pick this up again. I've got a few that I want to use first in my collection, but I wouldn't be surprised if I pick this up again. It's a really good product. And then this is the LYS Cream Highliner in Brave. I mean, there's like a couple of drops in there, but that's kind of it. So she's done. Setting sprays. The first one I used up at the start of the year was the Skindinavia Mask Me Control Setting Spray. It was okay. Like, it was fine. I obviously didn't repurchase it. I definitely don't miss it. Next was the Mecca Max Banana Bake Setting Spray. I didn't like this. I didn't really see the point of it. It's also really small. I don't know. It was a weird kind of... It says a blurring setting spray. It didn't blur. So yeah, no, definitely didn't rebuy that. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. The best setting spray in my humble opinion. I've already repurchased it. It's a constant. You can't actually get Tatcha the Satin Skin Mist anymore, but I quite liked this. This was a like setting spray that kind of went on, like as you sprayed it, it turned into a bit of a powder. I actually quite liked this, but you can't buy it again. And then the Tower 28 SOS Rescue Spray. I have a feeling this breaks me out, which sucks. So I'm not going to repurchase. I don't know why, because it's just hydrocolloid, why it would break me out. But when I use this and the Tower 28 serum, I just kept getting breakouts, so it sucks. But I find this really refreshing and cooling on the skin. The spray was better than the serum for me. The spray was actually quite refreshing on the skin. Brow products. I went through a Gimme Brow and I went through an MCO Beauty Brow or MCO More Brow or something. I actually really like this. It's like a Glossier Boy Brow dupe, and I actually like it a little bit more than the Benefit one. But I've got like two or three more Benefit Gimme Brows to use up, so I'll use them first. And I also used up, I know it looks like there's product left in here, but there's like really not product in here. I went through the Kosas Air Brow. It's okay. I like these two better, so I'm not going to repurchase that. I went through the Patrick Ta Lamination Gel, and it's good. It is good, but I don't know. It makes your brows like super kind of crusty, and it's hard to get out at the end of the day. And I do like it, but also I don't at the same time. So I'm not sure if I'm going to repurchase that. The Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix is fine. Yeah, I'm not going to repurchase it. It's fine though. I have really strong brows, so I didn't find this really held them up that long, but it's fine. But no, I'm not going to repurchase. And then this is the Flower Beauty brow pencil, and yeah, it's all empty, but I'm not going to repurchase. It's fine again. 3 eye primers that I went through. The NARS Smudge Proof Eye Primer. I may repurchase this. I just found it a little bit drying, and honestly, the Rare Beauty Eye Primer has just become my ultimate holy grail that I actually doubt I will repurchase this. This Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer was terrible as an actual eye primer, but I used it as a glitter glue and it was fine, but I'm absolutely not repurchasing. And there's probably a little bit of product in here, but it just got so gross, and like look how dirty it is, so I just kind of gave up, but it is pretty much empty. And then I just count this as an eye primer. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Intensify Stick. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how obsessed with this I am. I already have another one that I'm going through and a backup in my collection just in case. I think that's a holy grail product. 2 eyeliners. I used up the black side completely of the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggereyes one, and then just have a little bit of this metallic one left. I've already repurchased this. This is one of my favorite eyeliners, and I don't think I actually used this one. Oh no, I didn't, but I actually lost it and then found it in the back of my drawer and it was already off. So yeah, that's not really an empty, I guess. These are all of the mascaras that I went through in 2022. 14, that's more than one a month. Is that right? I guess that would be right though, because if you use it every day. Anyway, we have got Mini NARS Climax Extreme, and I loved this so much I bought the full size. Except the full size, this is actually not an empty. This just sucks so bad. This was really nice. I really liked the mini, so I obviously got the large one. And then for some reason, the large one, I've never had an issue with mascara flaking off my lashes before, ever. Like literally, I've never had that happen to me before. And every time I wore this, I just had mascara flakes all over my face the whole day. So the mini was good, but the big one sucked. The Huda Legit Lashes mini, I really liked this. I actually wouldn't mind picking up a full size of this. I've just got, when I went to America at the start of the year, I bought like 2 of those mascara packs that they kind of do, where you get like a pack of the minis and then you get a full size one for free kind of thing. So I've got a heap of mascara to use up, but I do like this and I would consider buying the full size. Any of the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star mascara, like the second one she brought out, it's okay. I honestly was not super wowed by this. I like the first one way better, so I wouldn't personally repurchase that. 2 Rare Beauties. I actually bought the full size before and then got this mini size in one of those Sephora packs. I actually love this mascara so much. I've already repurchased the full size. It's waiting to be used in my collection. It's nothing super wowing in the sense that it doesn't make your lashes like super vavoom or anything. It's just a very nice everyday mascara that doesn't irritate my sensitive eyes and just washes off so simply and easily with warm water at the end of the day. So for me, it's just a nice everyday mascara and I really like it. Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes was like a ride for me. When I first got it, I really didn't like it that much, and then the more I used it, the more I really liked it. Would I repurchase it? No, I don't think so, but wasn't terrible. Maybe I could see myself maybe one day repurchasing this, but it was an interesting ride because I really didn't like it at the start. This Ilia mascara is terrible. I don't get it. People seem to really love this mascara. It did nothing, like nothing. It was not impressive whatsoever. So yeah, I don't recommend. This Milk Makeup mascara is horrible. One, look at the packaging is so hard and look at how gunky it gets. And this went off that quick. Like it went off within a month. It was horrible. Did not like it. Victoria Beckham Future Lash is really, really nice. I like it. It's a tubing mascara. It's like a little bit more natural of like a lashy doll, and yeah, I don't mind it actually. I can see myself repurchasing this one day. And then I went through 4 lashy dolls, 2 minis and 2 full size. One is waterproof. I wore that on my wedding day and then just used up 2 minis and used up another full size because it's one of my all-time favorite mascaras. So I can see myself repurchasing this one day. Currently working through a lot of mascaras obviously, but once they're all worked through, this is kind of the one that I'll have in my collection. I will admit it looks like I used this mascara up, this lipstick up, sorry, but what really happened is it just fell out of the bullet. And then I used what was like a small amount left. So this is the Huda Beauty Empress lipstick. I'm not gonna rebuy it. It's a lovely formula. I just didn't super love the shade. And then we have all of the lip glosses that I remembered to keep and not throw away. There was a couple, I've got to admit, that I threw away because I forgot. So the first one is this, actually I've got another one of these around somewhere, but now I don't know where I've put it. This is the Luna Beauty lip gloss in Dreamy, and then this one is in Moon, and I also had a Celine as well, and they're all completely used up. There is actually probably a little bit more left in Moon, but it went off. Again, his lip glosses go off kind of quick, but lovely lip glosses. I 100% will buy another one, 100%. I love them. I went through this one. This is Dip in the Kosas Wet Lip Oil, but I also used up, this came in like a nude set last year or the year before, can't quite remember. And I purchased it. I think there was like 3 lip oils in it, and I actually used the other 2. I just threw them away. So you're just gonna have to believe me on that. But yeah, so I went through 3 of these wet lip oils from Kosas. I went through 2 Tower 28 lip jellies. One's coconut, one's chill, and why do I feel like I went through another one and threw it away? Because I think I did. But anyway, these are the 2 that are in the empties. I went through one of these Bare Minerals lip balm things. This is Clarity. I actually really liked this. I could see myself rebuying this. It was lovely. I don't know why this is in here, honestly. I've gone through 7 of these this year alone. I don't know why I didn't keep them all. So yeah, the Lano Lips, this one, but also the Laneige lip balms. I've gone through like, I don't know, so many I couldn't even count on 2 hands, honestly. So I don't know why I just put 1 in here. And then this is the By Mario Rose Glow. This has been my favorite one of these things that I've picked up. This shade is the best by far. I currently have Apricot Glow and Blushing Glow in my collection. And I also used up Mauve Glow, but I threw that away. I just forgot to keep it. So I have actually used up 2 of these as well. That is all of the makeup that I completely used up for the year of 2022. Let me know your thoughts. How much makeup did you use up in 2022? I like to see the products that people have completely used up. I like to see what they're actually using. I've got a heap of products in my collection right now that is kind of on the verge of being done, or with some focus will be done. So I'm going to do another like makeup I want to completely use up video again as well, and pick out some products and get them done, because one of the biggest things that brings me the most joy is finishing a makeup product and knowing that I haven't wasted my money. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so, so much, and I hope that you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye!